Welcome to the call, everyone. My name is Katrina Wergis, and I'm super excited to be with you guys on this call this evening. But I'm even more excited about who we actually have on this call with us today. We actually have a special guest here with us today, and he's someone that I have so much love and respect for, not just in this business, but also in life in general. He's someone that I really, really look up to. I admire and respect. He has a beautiful family. He has a beautiful family. He has a wife that is also a chairman 10 in this business as well. So not only is he a chairman 50, absolutely smashing it in this business and also in life in general, but his beautiful wife is also a chairman 10. So you can see what their household actually looks like. So he absolutely smashes it in this business. He's a servant leader to his amazing organization and also, other individuals all throughout the company and beyond the company as well. He's a man of faith. He's someone that we've had here prior to this session, and he's really poured into us, and we've been able to take a lot of value away from it. And I know that every single person that was on that last call that he did was left with an impression of increase. And I know that today, I'm feeling super fortunate for you guys that are plugged in for the first time, never had the opportunity to hear from him before, because I know that definitely after this call, you are going to be ready like you've never been ready before for a new year. And I'm even more excited that you're going to have the fortune of meeting this individual in the IM event in February here in London. So I'm super excited to share his promotion with him, at that event, because definitely you have the opportunity to meet him there. When you actually meet him in person, he's even more amazing in person that even how you're going to see him on this call tonight, and you're going to hear from him on this call tonight. But one thing I will say, make sure that you have your notepads ready, your pens ready. You're going to be taking a lot of notes. Just let this man pour into you for the short amount of time that we're going to have with him. He's someone that's very, very, very busy. So we should definitely feel very privileged to even have just a little section of his time, because, he has a lot that he does, for the community, for the organization, for everyone around him. He's constantly pouring into people. He's constantly developing leaders, and he's constantly, helping and supporting people to achieve their goals. And you can see that throughout his organization. He's not only created one chairman 10 or two chairman 10, he actually has multiple chairman 10s in his organization, that he's been able to develop. So definitely this is someone, if you're looking to go chairman in this company, this is the right person to learn from on how to actually make that happen. So I'm not going to take any more time away from him, because he is actually why we're here this evening. I'm going to hand the call over to our special guest, RIYAHD Jones, Chairman 50, Chairman 100 loading, definitely on his way to Chairman 500, because this man drops absolutely more value than anybody else that we know. So RIYAHD, over to you. Thank you so much for doing this call for us. We are super grateful, and we can't wait to hear what you have to share with us this evening.
Thank you so much, Katrina. Can you hear me okay? Perfect. Guys, welcome to the call. Super excited to be here. If you're fired up, drop some fire in the chat box. I can't see anybody's faces but Katrina's, but drop some fire in the chat box for me, and let me know that you're fired up for this call, not because of me, but because the gift that God has given me to actually give people messages that I believe are going to help them get to the next level, not only in just business, but also just in life in general. So Katrina, thank you so much for having me. I have a lot of love for the London crew, the London family. Can't wait to see you guys in London for the first IML International Convention. Sidebar, everybody that's on the call right now, I expect to see you guys there, especially if you're serious about really, really taking control of the business. And if you really have a vision for 2020, I love the title of this call, the 2020 vision call. And when I think about 2020 vision, I think about perfect vision. I think about perfect sight. And I believe that that's what we're on the brink of right now. I think 2020 is going to be an amazing year for a whole lot of people. And I really believe that a serious amount of wealth is going to be created for those that actually set the intention for that to be possible for them. So I see that Katrina's recording the call. Awesome. So guys, again, my name is RIYAHD Jones. I'm 26 years old. For those that don't know me, never heard of me before. I live out here in the States, in the U.S., in Atlanta, Georgia. I have a lovely wife, beautiful son, actually 2 sons. One's name is Adam, one name is Keegan. And actually, we're just doing a photo shoot downstairs, so I'm kind of like spiffy right now. We're doing a photo shoot, and I had to put it on pause so I can come up here and do this call with you guys, so I can give you guys some value to help you guys get to the next level. One second, somebody's knocking at the door. One second. Sorry, guys. I locked my family out. But anywho, want to make sure I can give you guys to get some value to get to the next level. As she was saying, we have multiple chairmen in our group. We have 4 chairmen in our group. The youngest chairman is 19 years old. One of the chairmen is my wife. I have another chairman, Martez Spearman, also one of my closest friends, Gio McCoy, who's also a chairman 10. And the reason why we've been able to break chairman in our group, and the reason why we've been able to have so much success in our group, is because one thing that we focus on is vision. And that's, again, why I love the title of the call, 2020 Vision, having a perfect vision, clear vision, the best vision that you can possibly have. And the definition of vision actually means to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom, right? To the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. Here's the deal, family. Our mind has 2 functions, right? Our mind has the ability to imagine, and our mind also has the ability to have memory, right? So imagination allows you to plan the future. Imagination allows you to see something before it's actually created. Imagination allows you to do things and see things that normal people wouldn't be able to see if they're not in your mind. And then you have memory. Memory only allows you to replay the past. So imagination, you're able to pre-play the future. Your memory, you're able to only replay the past. My question for you is, have you been replaying the past over and over and over again? And that's not the reason why, that's the reason why you don't have vision right now for your future. Because sometimes we can get caught up on our old position, the rank we used to be before we deranked, how our trading account used to look like before we blew our account, or how our events used to be packed out and whatnot. But see, you got to get to a place where what happens in the past no longer matters, because you're only focused on the future. You're only focused on the vision. Again, the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. So here's the deal, family. Vision is the source of all discipline. Vision is the source of all discipline. It says in the good book, without vision, people will perish, right? Without vision, people will perish. Now, in today's terms, like obviously, when somebody doesn't have vision, that doesn't mean they're going to die. But what happens is the dreams, goals, and aspirations, the things that they want to do at some point, that's going to die because they don't have any vision. See, vision allows you to actually have something in your heart. And whatever's in your heart has no choice but to manifest itself on earth, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will always speak. So the vision that's in your heart, it has to come out of your mouth. Whatever comes out of your mouth has no choice but to show up in your life. That's why your words are very important. See, words are the seeds of feelings, and they birth dreams or they birth disasters. My question for you, family, is what have your words been birthing? Like, have you been talking about the past, where you used to be, or are you talking about where you're gonna be? That's what it really boils down to. That's how you know if you really have vision. Like, what's going on with your language? What's going on in your mind? What do you think about all the time? Are you thinking about, again, the past, right? You know, what you were doing before, what your business used to look like before, how many people you used to have in your business at one point in time before, you know, the volume dropped to whatever, you know, you want to use. Are you thinking about how many new people that you can bring in? Are you thinking about how many people you can put at the event, bring to Vegas? I mean, not to Vegas, but to London. All right. I know a lot of you guys on the call, you live in London. So that means like you should have, like, if I live in London and this is the first ever international convention, I'm bringing people that's not in the business. I'm bringing inactive people. I'm bringing everybody, because I got to get them to see the success that's happening around the world. They need to see a Bryce Thompson, Chairman 250, and all the chairman that he's broken in this organization. They need to see all of the success that's happening in the U.S., in Latin America. You got to get them to see that, because guess what that's going to allow them to do? That's going to allow their vision to expand. That's going to allow them to see more. See, your vision is your GPS. Your vision is your GPS. Your vision is your address, right? That's what your vision is. And see, when you have a vision, you know where you're going. And when you have a vision, when you know where you're going, you know what roads won't take you there. When you know where you're going, you know exactly what roads won't take you there. If I wanted to go to the mall here in Atlanta, I know what roads won't take me there. So if I want to become successful, if I have a vision for chairman, I know what roads won't take me there. But guess what? Vice versa, I also know what roads will take me there. And being at the convention is a road. But not only being at the convention, having people with you at the convention. That's the key. Because a lot of people go to events by themselves. And what happens when you go to an event by yourself, that means you're growing, but your organization isn't growing. I'm only speaking from experience because in my first company, I would go to events by myself. I would never bring people. I wanted to be the one to get the information and take it back because I was a rookie. I didn't understand that you got to get people to grow with you in business, because if you don't, what's going to happen is a leadership gap is going to be created. There's going to be a leadership gap, a personal development gap that's created. And what happens is you outgrow your organization. You outgrow your team. And what happens is because your team hasn't grown, the volume always go back to where your team is at, not where you are. Because this is not track. It's not a one man, or this ain't tennis. This is a team sport. So that's why it's important for not only you to have vision, but your organization to have vision. And you as the leader, you got to know the vision of your organization. You got to know what other people want in the business as well, so you can help them get that. Because your goals aren't as important as your organization's goals. Never forget that. Your goals are not as important as your organization's goals. Because if you want to go Chairman 10 and there's nobody in your organization that wants to go Platinum 1000 and above, you're screwed. You're screwed. You can't go Chairman 10 without Platinum 1000s and Platinum 2000s. You're screwed. So that's why it's important that you identify who you're going to be working with, right? And if they're not at the event, they're obsolete to your business. You can't even count them in your business. They're a liability to your business if they're not at the event. They're a liability. How can you say X, Y, and Z is going to help me go chairman? They're going to go Platinum 1000, but they're not at the event. They're a liability. So again, family, you have to become very, very good at creating visions, but more importantly, casting visions onto other people. Because remember, the call, she titled it 2020 Vision. So you gotta be very good at developing a vision, but also casting the vision to your organization and creating a vision that's big enough where everybody can fall right into it. See, if your vision is too small, people are not gonna be able to fit into your vision. You got to create something that people can believe in and fall right in, and their vision, right, can come in alignment to your vision. You help enough people get their visions, you're always going to have your vision, right? You're always going to have your vision. See, again, vision is a function of the heart, but sight is a function of the eyes. Sight is a function of the eyes. Vision is a function of the heart. And see, when we're using our sight to live, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, because that is actually what's the word I can use? A bomb to your vision. Right? Using sight will completely destroy your vision, because what happens when we use sight, we look at something and guess what? It becomes a part of the past. When we look at the back office today, it has now become a part of the past. It's now a memory. And remember what the definition of vision says: the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. See, when we look at something, it's automatically going into our past. So when you look at your back office this morning, it's automatically gone to your past. And see, you got to have the vision to know whatever it says, it doesn't matter, because I'm looking forward to something else. Because what you see, family, is what you get. It's about to get really good. What you see is what you're going to get. Right? So if you see the numbers going backwards, the numbers are going to keep going backwards. If you see people falling out of your business, guess what? People are going to keep falling out of your business. But if you see the vision, at some point, the vision has no choice but to manifest. Why? Because the vision is a part of your heart. And whatever's a part of your heart has no choice but to manifest itself on earth. That is no secret why earth and heart have the same exact words in them. There's no secret to that. Because whatever's in your heart has no choice but to manifest itself on earth, right? So here's the deal, family. What you see is what you're going to get. So if you see distractions, you're going to get distractions. Distractions are always going to show up. Whatever you see, you get more of. Because whatever you're constantly seeing, that's what you're focused on. I tell my organization all the time, the number one cause of success is a laser focus. That's the number one cause of success, a laser sharp focus. But here's the caveat to that. The number one cause of failure is a broken focus. The number one cause of failure is laser focus. But the number one cause of success is laser focus. But the number one cause of failure is a broken focus. And every time we use our sight to look at something and we live by our sight, our focus now becomes broken because we're no longer focused on the vision. We're only focused on what's happening in front of us. Here's what great leaders have the ability to do. Great leaders have the ability to live in the present, but focus on the future. That's what great leaders can do. They have the ability to live here in the present, but be focused on the future. See, David Imonitie, he can live in the present. He can work hard in the present, but David is always focused on the future of 200 chairmen. See, David can live in the present and drive the Bentley truck, the Rolls Royce truck, all the cars, the Ferraris, but David is still focused on the future of having a private jet. See, one of our U.S. heroes is Martin Luther King, right? Not sure if you guys know about Martin Luther King over in London, but in the U.S., he's one of our heroes, right? And Martin Luther King had a speech that said, "I have a dream." And when in the midst of him saying, "I have a dream," there was segregation going on. But he kept saying, "I have a dream." He wasn't focused on the present reality, the current situation. He was focused on the dream that was placed in his heart. And because he had the dream placed in his heart, the dream had no choice but to manifest itself on earth. Here's the deal, family. Spirit always has to manifest itself in its polar opposite. Spirit always has to manifest itself in its polar opposite. Spirit has no choice but to manifest itself in its polar opposites. So the chair that I'm sitting in was once spirit. It was once in somebody's mind. It was once spirit. Then somebody had to take the blueprint to the chair, take it out of their mind and put it on paper. It became physical. But I wasn't able to sit in the chair until somebody said, "Let me take this blueprint that's still on paper. It's still part spirit, but it's still part physical. Let me take this blueprint and let me make the actual chair." The same thing with your vision. You have a vision here that you've been thinking about. And you think about it so much that it moves from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, also known as your heart, AKA your God mind, right? So it's moved down from being a conscious thought to a subconscious thought. It's now moved into your heart. You take that vision, you write the vision, and you make it plain so those who see it will run, AKA go out there and do the work. And once you begin to do that all the time, you begin to see the vision all the time. Your body has no choice but to move in a different type of activity because of what you're seeing. But if I'm only seeing my current situation, if I'm only seeing what the back office says today, the feeling that's created is a feeling of, I don't want to show the plan today. I don't want to go to the event. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And it's all based on what you're seeing. But if you keep the vision in front of you, you're looking at something different. Because remember, family, what you see is always what you're going to get. Martin Luther King saw a vision in his head. And even though he wasn't alive to see the vision come to pass, those that he associated with, his family, they were able to live in the fruit of the vision. So you got to understand how important vision is for your family. Because again, what you see is what you're going to get. For those that don't know me, I'm very, very spiritual. The Bible is my favorite book. Because it tells so many stories of truth, right? And so when I'm reading the Bible, I'm always looking for stories that can relate to business. And as I've been saying, what you see is what you get. Here's the deal, family. There was a story about a man named Jesus, great man named Jesus, and he had disciples. The disciples were on the boat. There was a storm coming. Jesus was walking on water. One of the disciples got out of the boat and they started walking on water as well. But as soon as the disciple took his eyes off the goal and began to focus on the storm, aka the distraction, aka the back office, aka people dropping out of my business, aka what's not happening right now, aka there's no momentum right now, when he began to focus on the storm, he began to sink. Why? Because what you see is what you get. He focused on the distraction, so he got distractions. There was also another story. The disciples said, yo, Jesus, we're hungry. All these people hungry, send them away so they can get some food. And guess what Jesus said? He said, no, just go find something. And they brought back 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. See, the disciples saw 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, but what Jesus saw was abundance. There's another story. They ran out of wine at a party. There was no more wine, nothing left. Jesus said, go get the hard stone water pots and fill them up with water. The disciples said, man, this is water. But see, what looked like water to the disciples, guess what? Jesus saw wine. Because what you see is what you're going to get. And that same Jesus that worked so many miracles, he went back to his hometown. And guess what they saw? They didn't see the miracle worker. They didn't see a resurrector. They saw, oh, that's just Joseph's son. That's Mary's son. He's the carpenter from Galilee. So they didn't see him as who he was. They saw him as what he used to be. So because of that, the reason they saw him, he couldn't work any miracles there. Why? Because what you see is what you get. So my question for you is, what have you been focused on? What have you been seeing? What have you been seeing? So family, here's what having a vision will help you do. Visions help you, they help you make decisions, right? Visions help you make decisions because remember, when you have a vision, you know where you're going. And since you know where you're going, you know what roads won't take you there. So it's easy for you to make a decision to say, you know, am I going to show the plan today or am I going to cheer today? You know what? I'm going to show the plan today because I got a vision. Am I going to miss the event? Or am I going to go to the event? You know, I'm going to go to the event and bring people with me. Why? Because I got a vision. Am I going to miss the trading call? Or I'm going to get on the trading call? You know, I'm going to get on the trading call because I got a vision. Am I going to wait on Katrina to do an event for me? Or I'm going to set up my own event? Am I going to build the market? You know what? I'm going to set up my own event and build the market. Why? Because I got a vision. And my family don't care if Katrina don't come help me. All my family knows is I'm the one that has to bring financial freedom to our last name. Just think about that. Think about that. Think about this right here. Think about how many people in your family are set financially. They don't need you at all. Think about, matter of fact, I want you to write down the 3 people in your life who are counting on you to become successful. I want you to write their names down. I want you to write their names down. And now I want to ask you a question. Has the activity that you have been engaging in going to allow them to become financially free? Or is it going to allow them to see a new life? Or have you been being lazy? Have you been chilling? Have you just been interested in the business? See, when you're interested in the business, family, you believe in your excuses. And sometimes excuses can be so good. And they sound so good to the person that's saying them. And sometimes, again, the excuse, it can be a logical excuse. It can be very reasonable and logical. Like this morning, I was headed to workouts and I had kind of my first week of going to workouts. I was late like 3 days in a row because I haven't had a reason to get up and be disciplined with my time because I create my own schedule. I get up when I want to. But the reason I got a personal trainer was so that I can work on my discipline. So I can get up. I had times I could have worked out in the afternoon or in the morning. I say, you know what? I want to work out in the morning because this is going to cause me to wake up every single day and get to workouts on time and start my day the right way. So my first week, I was late every day. 3 days in a row, I was late. And so something just hit me. It said, RIYAHD, if you see your behavior, you wake up at 8:15, you got to be at workouts at 9, and you get to workouts at about 9:05, 9:10 every day. Why not wake up at 8 o'clock, 7:50, and get there right on time? Right? So that's what I began to do the next week, which was last week and this week. But today, I woke up on time, and I'm about to leave the door at my normal time. But for some reason, I couldn't find my keys. I couldn't find the car keys. I searched everywhere, could not find the car keys. Caused me to get to workouts a little bit late. But I could not tell my trainer, yeah, bro, I couldn't find the keys, because he don't care. The excuse only sounds good to me. It only sounds good to me. He don't care. He just know I got to be at workouts at 9 because he got somebody else coming in right after that. So excuses only sound good to the person that's making them. So when you got a vision, it helps you make decisions, the right decisions. What a vision also helps you do is determine who you're working with. Because if you got a vision of going chairman, then your tolerance of working with just anybody, you got to listen, you can't work with anybody. You only working with the serious people. Yeah, they want to come in, I just want to be a trader. Perfect. I'm going to just love you alone. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to leave you alone. Why? Because my vision tells me I'm looking for people that are committed, that are coachable, that are consistent, that are hungry, that are motivated, that are starving for success, that want to build the business, that want to go platinum 1,000. That's what I'm looking for. So if you just want to trade, perfect. Be a customer. I love you. I'm going to give you great customer service. That's it. I'm going to give you customer service because you're a customer. But it's hard for me to lead a customer. I can only connect the customer to the products. I can only connect the customer to IML TV, IML Academy, Harmonic Scanner, all the awesome services that we got. That's all I can do. So don't expect me to be on the phone with you for 20 minutes a day. Don't expect me to do that. Why? Because the vision helps me determine who I'm working with. Because my vision is Chairman 100. So that means I don't want to work with somebody. I just want to be 2 and free and call it a day. At this point, I'm looking for people that want to go chairman. Because why? I got a vision. See, visions control your life. That's why without visions, people perish. Because they don't have anything that's keeping them in alignment. They just live in life. They just live in life in neutral. And what happens when you live life in neutral, anything can come push you. Like think about your car. You put your car in neutral, something can push you forward, or some type of outside force can push you forward, or some type of outside force can push you backwards. It doesn't matter what happens in the car because the car's in neutral. The only time you can control what the car is doing is when you snatch that thing into drive and press the gas. So have you been living life in neutral or been living life in drive? You know what? Some of y'all been living life in park. Some people in the company been living life in park. Some people in my organization been living life in park. It happens everywhere. You know what's worse than being on the outside looking at this opportunity? Being on the inside looking at this opportunity. That's what's worse. That's what hurts more. Because you tell your friends, oh, you ain't joined yet, you tripping. You lame, you ain't trading with us yet. Why you not trading? But you ain't even trading. Matter of fact, your membership not even active. You just get on the calls. You just in the group chats, looking for a signal, scratching for a signal. You just in park. But see, people like Katrina, people like Sylvia, people like Junior, people like Zane Khan, you guys awesome leader, Yvonne, they're drivers. They're in drive. And that's where you got to be. You got to be in drive, right? So visions help you determine who you're working with. Visions also help you do the work that's required today. Visions help you do the work that's required today. See, if you know what tomorrow looks like, you can do the work that's required today. But if you don't know what tomorrow looks like, if you don't got a vision, You can't do the work. Because if you don't got a vision, you're only focused on your current situation. The back office, bills stacked up. I'm late on rent, late on my car note. Oh God, the auto ship is coming again. The monthly is coming again. Instead of working, so the monthly don't matter. Start hitting rank so the monthly don't matter. Go to and free so the monthly don't matter. But you just impart. You just wait on somebody to place some people under you. You wait on your upline to build your downline for you. So visions also help you stay focused on your goals. Having a vision always helps you stay focused on your goals, because we have a vision, right? For, let's say your vision is chairman and you're not a platinum 1000 yet. So you got goals before you hit chairman. So you got to go platinum 150. You got to go platinum 600. You got to go platinum 1000. You got to go platinum 2000. You got to break some platinum 1000. You got to go platinum 5000. Boom. Now you're a chairman. So when you got a vision, you can set A-type goals, B-type goals, C-type goals. An A-type goal is a goal that you know you can get. I urge you guys, if you haven't been setting A-type goals, if you haven't been driving your organization to set A-type goals that they know they can hit, start doing it. You'll see a change in your organization. Have people set goals that they know they can hit. Yeah, I believe everybody can go platinum 1000. That should be everybody's goal. That's not a platinum 1000. But why not set small goals on the journey to platinum 1000? Because what happens when you hit small goals, your faith and your belief goes up. It keeps going up. Every time you hit a new goal, you hit a target, your belief goes up. Your faith goes up. Everything rises when you do that. But if I have a goal for platinum 1000 and I'm not hitting any goals before that, it's easy for me to like just give up. It's easy for me to just like, it is what it is. But if I would have set a goal to sponsor 4 people in the month of January, and I sponsor those 4 people, I hit my goal. So now I got more momentum in the month of February. So I did 4 last month. Let's see if we can do 6 this month. Boom. Let's see if I can help 3 people go platinum 150 this month. I'm setting small goals. They're simple. It's not too hard. Because for some of you on the line, chairman is like, it can be a C-type goal. Now, you don't know how you're going to go chairman. You don't know how it's going to get done. But if you set A-type goals on the journey, it increases your belief system. It increases your faith the whole ride up. So that's what some of the things that visions help you do. They help you make decisions. They help you decide who you're working with. They help you do the work that's required today. They help you stay focused on your goals. All right. But what are the attacks on the vision? Got to know the attacks. You got to know what's going to cripple your vision. You got to know what's going to blur your vision. Because if you know the enemy, you can defeat the enemy. But if you don't know the enemy, if you don't know the attacks on your vision, it's going to be easy for your vision to become blurry. It's going to be easy for you to give up on the vision. So the first attack on the vision, family, is time. That's the first attack. All right. So time is a good thing. Time stands for things that I must experience. Time stands for things that I must experience. So you got to give yourself time to grow in this business. I tell my organization that you have to do this thing for 12 to 18 months to even see if it's for you. Like 12 to 18 months to even see if it's for you. You can't judge this business if you ain't gave it 12 to 18 months yet. There's no way you can judge it because you got to give yourself time to go to events, time to grow. Some people on the line, you think about quitting and you ain't even been to a convention yet. You got to give yourself time. You got to give yourself time to grow, time to get to the next level, time to read the books, time to listen to the audios, time to fail, time to win, time to succeed. All right. But see, here's the deal. See, God uses time to help develop your faith muscle. The enemy uses time to help break you down, to make you forget. That's why it's important to control what voice you listen to in your mind. All right, Kate Millie, thank you. That's why it's important why you control what voice you listen to in your mind. Because you can listen to the voice that say, you know what, you've been doing this business for 8 months. You still not a platinum 1000. Just going to hang it up. Like, you know, Katrina, she a P5 and, you know, Junior, he killing the business and Zane, they all killing it. Like Sylvia killing it. They all doing calls and, you know, you don't got nobody supporting you yet. Just going to hang it up. You can listen to that voice or you can listen to the voice that say, you know, keep going. You can keep listening to that vision, that thought that you can't get away from. See, people say, man, how do I know if this vision is for me? How do I know if this vision is going to really come to pass? See, if the vision won't leave you, if you have a feeling that's coming along with the vision, that's God placing that vision inside of you. And you just got to hold on to it. Because God doesn't speak to us in like some outer voice. He speaks to you with your voice. Positive thoughts come from God. Negative thoughts come from the enemy. So that vision that's centered around you going to the next level, you helping people get to the next level, and it's a feeling that's created with, and the thought won't leave you, that's God placing that vision inside of you. That's God placing that vision in your heart. Remember, whatever's in your heart has to manifest itself on earth. Spirit must always manifest itself into physical. Jesus was what? Spirit. Jesus became physical. So listen, it works. It works. So it's not about how big your faith is. It's about how long your faith can endure. That's what it really boils down to. Because some people can have crazy big faith when they sign up. Faith is lit. Like, I'm going chairman. It's a wrap. Set up my first event. But nobody showed up. Faith start tanking. But how long can that faith endure? That's why it says faith is the size of a mustard seed, because it's not about how big it is. It's about how long it can last. Can you last 12 to 18 months of yeses and nos? People showing up, people not showing up. Can you last? Time is either going to expose you or promote you. It's going to expose you to your true self, or it's going to promote you to where you're supposed to be. It's going to expose you to the weak version of you, or it's going to expose you to the person that God sees you as. That's what time does. It's going to put you on the sideline, or time is going to put you in promotion. It's going to send you to church because you paid the price of success. You can't graduate college as a freshman. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You got to give yourself time to succeed, right? So that's the first attack on the vision, time. The second attack on the vision is distractions. Distractions always lead to disappointments. They always lead to disappointments. Distractions always lead to disappointments. See, the reason why some of us on the line don't have traction in our business is because we have distractions in our life. The reason why some of us on the line don't have traction in our business because we have distractions in our life. Dis means to leave. Dis means away. So the traction that we want, we can't have it because of the distractions of life. You got to be so committed to your goals where the distractions around you don't even matter, that you don't even see them. Because distractions are always going to be here. Distractions are always going to be here. God gives us distractions to see how we can grow in the midst of the distractions. That's what distractions are for. They're not to kill you. They're literally to help you grow. Because all things work together for our good. All things. That means distractions. All things. People quitting, it works for your good. Numbers not going how you want, it works for your good. You had a leader leave your business and go to another company, it works for your good. They weren't supposed to be with you. You did an event, nobody showed up, it's working for your good. Why? Because you got to give yourself time, because there's some things you got to experience. And a lot of times, the problem is not the problem. It only becomes a problem when we think it's a problem. When we put our focus on the distraction. See, the distraction not even a distraction. Because David don't think it's a distraction. RIYAHD don't think it's a distraction. Only you think it's a distraction. So because you think it's a distraction, it becomes a distraction. And you lose traction, you lose momentum in your business. So you got to be focused on your goals. You got to be focused on the vision, not the distractions. And the last attack on the vision, and I'm going to pass it back to Katrina, are emotions. That's the last attack. Emotions. Emotions. Because, oh, I've been doing this for, 7 months and, it's just not going how I wanted to go. And, people leave in the business and I went platinum 600 and I'm battling, I'm deranked between platinum 150 and platinum 600. And so now after time has passed, you focus on the distractions, and emotion is now created. This emotion gets created, and now it's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. You don't feel like doing the business anymore because you've been focused on how much time has passed and you haven't had the success that you wanted, and you've been focused on the distractions. So now an emotion gets created. Here's a secret for you. What you see determines how you feel. What you see determines how you feel, but also what you hear determines how you feel. What I'm seeing and hearing, they're determining how I'm feeling. So if I'm around friends who keep telling me, man, Emmanuel, I told you it wasn't gonna work, bro. You ain't even listening. That's why I ain't signing up. I told you. And you keep hanging around him. Pam, I tried to listen to you, girl. Why you ain't listening to me? And everything you keep hearing is going down into your heart, creating an emotion. Every time you look at those numbers and they're not what they used to be, you keep living in the past. You keep using your mind to not pre-play the future. You keep using your mind to replay the past and saying, man, I remember when life was good at P2000. Now I'm battling platinum 600. I remember life was so good at P5, man. Now I'm a P2. I done deranked to a P1. Dang. You keep focusing on the past. So there's this feeling of negativity created. But here's a secret for you. Get out of your feelings and get into your faith. Get out of your feelings and get into your faith. Because if you're led by feelings, your life is going to be a roller coaster. At the end of your feelings is nothing, but at the end of your faith, it's a promise. At the end of your feelings is nothing, but at the end of your faith, it's a promise. You can't keep using your sight, family, to determine how you build the business. If you only think with your eyes, you're going to be easily fooled. If you only think with your eyes, you're going to be easily fooled. But if you think with your heart, you think with your vision, you live by faith and not by sight, every goal, every dream, everything that you want, everything that's in your heart, it has no choice but to come to pass. Be led by principles, not by feelings. Be led by your faith, not by your feelings. But here's what's cool about faith. Faith always creates a positive emotion. Faith always creates a positive feeling. So if you want to live by feelings, get in your faith, because that faith is going to create a feeling. So family, you gotta stay focused on what it is that you want in 2020, because I believe that 2020 is going to be the year of harvest. That's what I've been telling my organization for the past month. Last year our thing was bamboo season. This year we believe it's going to be harvest season, and every seed that we sow of bamboo, every seed that we sowed of faith, every seed that we sowed of prosperity, every seed that we sowed of positivity, every seed we sowed by showing a plan, every seed that we showed by doing events. 2020 is going to be the year that we see the harvest. It's harvest season. But here's the thing about harvest. You still got to work, because when a farmer's harvest comes, he don't just kick back in the house and say, oh, there go the harvest. No, he got to go pick the corn. He got to go pick the tree, pick the fruit. He got to go out there and do the work still. So it's going to be a harvest, but we still got to work. We still got to go to the events. We still got to show the plan. We still got to be in the trenches. We still got to be sowing the seeds. So the harvest that you're going to see is going to be based on the seeds that you sow. The harvest that you're going to see in 2020 are going to be based on the seed that you sow in 2020, but more importantly, the seeds that you've been sowing since you've been in the business. Yep. So if you've been in the business for a year, year and a half, 2 years, and you've been sowing seeds, man, set your intention on next year being the year, or this year, we're already in 2020, that you begin to see the harvest. It's written down on my refrigerator. The harvest is here. I see it every day. That's what my refrigerator says. Let me get my laptop and show you. All right. Let me just show you so you can see. This is what it says. The harvest is here. I have to see that every day. Why? Because what you see determines what you feel. What you hear determines what you feel. So if I'm saying the harvest is here, that means I'm hearing it. It was there before 2020 even got close or came. I'm expecting it to be harvest. I'm expecting massive things to happen in the business. I'm expecting people to just come in and blow it up, and I don't even got to do nothing. They just going to come in and just drop in a whole lot of people, but not only are they going to drop in a whole lot of people, they're going to get people promoted. They're going to do events. They're going to follow the system. It's one thing to put a lot of people in the business. That's not momentum. Listen, momentum is not a lot of people joining your business. Momentum is people getting promoted in your business. That's what momentum is. Momentum is a bunch of people following the system, getting results with a great attitude. That's momentum. Momentum is not, 30 people just joined my business, is lit. How many people get promoted in the next month? That lets you know if you really got momentum, if people getting promoted. But if 30 come in and 27 leave, that ain't momentum. You back where you started at. You only up 3 people. So it's all about, family, putting people in the system, but more importantly, getting people promoted, getting people started the right way. The biggest key to having retention in our business, and I'm going to pass it back to Katrina, is by getting people started the right way, giving people education and understanding, and not having people join your business off hype and copy and paste. Hype and copy and paste profit will have people out of the business. If that's the only selling point, they're going to be out of the business. Because you're bringing in people with a very small mind. You got to bring in people that you say, listen, this is going to be hard. It's going to take you 12, 18 months to even see if it's for you. And when you tell people that, you're going to get the serious people that want to stay in the business. So, family, I hope that you all got value from today's call. I didn't want to be too long. I see it's been 54 minutes so far. Want to make sure that everybody got something from it. If you got something from the call, just let me know in the chat box you got something from the call. Just let's see people coming in. I'm so glad you guys got value. Now, don't be the person that took a lot of notes. You close the notes and you never look at them again. That's what most people do. They close the notes, they don't look at them, they don't apply them. I hope that's something hit you in your heart that can transform everything that you do, not only in the business but also in life, family. Let me see Keegan right quick, babe. This is my lovely son, Keegan. That's my wife that just walked off. This is Keegan. Right? So this is my vision. This is my why. You know, by the time he can say dad will be a multimillionaire. All right. So Keegan, give me a little time, player. Give me a little time. So I thank you all. I love you all. And I'm going to pass it back to Katrina. Thank you so much for having me on the line. Love you.
Thank you so much, Riyadh. We are super grateful that you poured into us like this. I mean, you over-delivered, like you really over-delivered. Listen, as soon as we're off this call, which is in a minute, I'm going to get right back to this recording and I'm going to rewatch this and I'm going to take the detailed notes that I need to, and I'm going to implement every single thing that you just poured into us today. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful. Guys, let's drop some fire emojis in the chat box for Riyadh because he really over-delivered and he did not need to be here with us today, but you can see that he enjoyed pouring out into us because he wants to see us go to the next level. And I'm super excited to link up with him in London in the 2020 event in February, because that's when we're going to know who was really working, who was really implementing the nuggets that he gave us today. So I'm gonna make sure I get this recording out to you guys, so you guys can definitely plug in again right now, rewatch this and implement the information. Thank you so much, Riyadh. We appreciate you. Keegan is too cute. How
All
do
right,
you
see
deal with
y'all.
that cuteness every single day? Oh, bring him to London, okay? All right, thank you
He is
so.
coming to London. He is coming.
Yes, yes, we can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait. All right. Well, thank you so much, Riyadh, and thank you everyone for plugging in. You gave us so much value. We appreciate you, and see you in February.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.